Watching tonight, I'm Paul Kiska with John Kosick. In Cleveland, we have team coverage of the 9/11 anniversary and that new terror threat.
Danita Harris is in New York City, Leon Bibb is in Arlington, Virginia, and Lee Jordan is in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. We want to begin tonight in Lower Manhattan, where we have Danita Harris. And Danita, you spent all day talking to people about the memorial there. We want to know about that, but first, security has to be incredible because of this car bombing threat.
It certainly is, John. I'm live on top of the Second World Financial Center here in Manhattan, right above Ground Zero. And as we were driving around earlier today in Manhattan, definitely you can see an increased police presence. We rode by Chelsea Pier and actually witnessed 6 police officers standing on one corner. So not only can you see more police, but there's actually a feel, there's a vibe that there's increased security here in Lower Manhattan. But even with the recent terror threat, I can tell you that hasn't stopped people from coming all over the world to Ground Zero to pay tribute to those who lost their lives 10 years ago. I'm here at the New York City Memorial Field, where 3,000 flags bear the names of terrorist victims. Flags of honor for those who lost their lives, flags of heroes who gave their lives. One flag, one hope. It's a moving 9/11 tribute that still touches visitors today. People from all over the world are here this weekend for the 10th anniversary of the terrorist attacks. Even native New Yorkers like Sophie Balzora stopped by the Flag Memorial today to reflect on what 9/11 means to her.
It's very overwhelming to be here. This place is obviously very special, and you can see a lot of people down here trying to commemorate, and with the memorial coming up, you know, it's important to be here and look to see the progress that they've made over 10 years' time.
For others, being here instills a sense of American pride.
Brings me to the point of really being proud to be an American, just to remember where I'm from and what our country is about, and to just feel for what these people had to go through and how it's changed our country. And I'm just proud to be here.
The Remembrance Field of Honor is located in Battery Park, where one can see the Statue of Liberty, a symbol to people from all over the world that they are welcome. A sentiment felt by Bas Leompel from Holland. This is his first visit to New York City, and he is moved by what he sees.
It's very beautiful. They planted the flags here just to get an impression about how many people exactly died. Yeah.
And John and Paul, as you can see, the 9/11 memorial, the 2 pools where the Twin Towers once stood, the names of the victims aligning the walls, there for all to see, for all to honor those who lost their lives that day. And I can tell you, just from a personal point of view, it's one thing to see it on television, it's another thing to speak about it, but to be standing here where the towers once stood is really very emotional, and it makes you really surreal. John, back to you.
You need to spend any time at Ground Zero as you have over the years. You can't help but be moved by what it is you see. But I imagine you heard the words from the people that you met today, but you had to see it on their face first when you approached them.
Definitely. As I walked up to people to talk to them about it, I was a little surprised. A lot of people still remember where they were that day. They can tell you what they wore, what they were doing. Some people were in college. They remember what class they were in. So it's one of those moments that you never forget. And this weekend, everyone's coming to New York City, not afraid of the terror attack, but more importantly, it's the spirit of America. A lot of pride in the people who are here this weekend, pride in America, but definitely a feeling to remember those who lost their lives.
A day that surely defined a generation. Danita Harris reporting live in New York City. We'll check back in with you a little bit later. Well,